but I want to remind everybody, general information about activities outside the United States. Israel, activities, program services, activity listed, experience Israel program on 2 lines. Total expenditures for and investments in that region, 3951, 32,653. Who do you guys think you are? You think you can run this show? I can run that shit better than you guys. I could definitely, me, Baron, Ian, Jesse, you're better off giving the whole company to us and letting us run that shit. I can guarantee you that. Donald Trump Jr. I'm convinced that we work by Turning Point USA and Charlie Kirk, we will win back the future of America. Good luck, bro. Good luck. You ain't winning shit, bro. This whole thing is fucking toast. Excuse my language. You very rarely hear me use that. They're fucked. I'm telling you. This company is so fucked. They are not going to know what to do with themselves. I can assure you, no matter how many cease and desist letters they put out, no matter how much aggression they show, no matter what they do, every single time they do it, they're going to fuck themselves further and further. It's just so irritating because, and also gratifying to watch, because you come after the people that you just made all this money, and also you're probably billionaire company, right? And you're gonna come and attack people for semantics. I hope that now, I didn't see in my previous videos before, I said it would be an amazing, I rooted for you guys to actually turn it around before I saw Candace got the letter. Even I think maybe before Wolves of Finance got the letter. But now I hope you burn. I hope the whole company completely deteriorates. That's what I hope, because you don't deserve anybody in the United States as actual good people, because you know what? You're tracking their geo data. You're geofencing their location back to their homes, allegedly, in my opinion. You're literally sending that data back to Ukrainian developers for super feed, getting probably hacked by Russian hacker intelligence, trying to get young American donors, voters showing up to live events, all of their data. Okay, that's not responsible. You're not being, in my opinion, fiscally responsible. You're not being transparent. You're trying to send out letters for defamation when you're probably the richest nonprofit besides like the richest nonprofits. Like if there were the richest ones, I'm sure you're like up there. So this organization is never going to be the same, and they never had a chance. And it's ridiculous that they ever thought they did. And the problem is they actually thought that they were going to be able to pick up his microphone and run this operation. That is the most retarded thing I've ever heard somebody come out of their mouths. Ben Shapiro, Mikey, whoever, his wife, Erica, speaking at events. Like, who do you guys think you are? You think you can run this show? I can run that better than you guys. I could definitely, me, Baron, Ian, Jesse, you're better off giving the whole company to us and letting us run that shit. I can guarantee you that. It pisses me off. You're out here suing it pisses me off, man. You have no idea. You're out here sending cease and desist. Even if it was just that, every time you show up now, guess what's happening? Every word you speak is analyzed under a microscope. Everything you say is brought into a transcript and analyzed every which way to see if they can twist it to make it, scrutinize it so much that it makes you look terrible, even if you didn't mean it. Every time you look upwards, they make you look like you're looking like Chucky. You think that you can run this? You might as well quit while you're ahead. That's what I suggest. And you can come after me. You can come after Zach, you can go after Candace, you can go after whoever, but guess what? It's only going to make it worse. And I'm going to laugh the whole time. You're an embarrassment to the United States. And I hope all of you are watching. I hope Erica's watching. I hope Tyler is watching, because that nice, good boy impression, I know what's behind those eyes, bro. You think that I don't have enough discernment to understand how you are, man? Come on, bro. You think you're fooling people, dude? Come on, man. You're not that good. You're not that good, bro. You're not. So you think you can pick up the microphone with the fucking weasel Shapiro, bro? Kiss my brown ass, dude. For real. God, his voice. Okay, I just wanted to let you know how much of a loser he is.
Turning Point USA is organized and operated exclusively for educational and charitable purposes in accordance with Section 501c3 to empower informed civic and cultural engagement grounded in American exceptionalism and a positive spirit of action. Turning Point USA guides citizens through development of knowledge, skills, values, and motivation so that they can meaningfully engage in their communities to restore traditionally American values like patriotism, respect for life, liberty, family, and fiscal responsibility. I hear nothing about faith in there.
Let me break down TPUSA's mission statement and then analyze whether foreign funding activities would contradict it. Understanding the mission statement, TPUSA's stated mission has several key components that we need to examine critically. The legal framework. So the organization claims to operate exclusively for educational and charitable purposes in accordance with Section 501c3. This is critical language under IRS rules, and 501c3, a nonprofit must operate exclusively for exempt purposes. That word exclusively is doing heavy legal lifting. It means every dollar, every activity, every grant must serve their stated charitable mission. There's no wiggle room for side ventures or unrelated activities.
For example, them dabbling in real estate now and trying to buy up real estate. That doesn't sound like it fits their mission statement.
It's a good point.
It is. And I will tell you, the more you just reading that and I've looked at that mission statement now times, it's never clicked for me. But with that mission statement and all of these, I'm going to be looking at all these vendors a little bit differently now, because the vendors, their grants, Israel, Switzerland, Canada, United Kingdom, I need to know how that's benefiting or how that's upholding their mission. Sorry, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's keep going. So the core mission. So they say they exist to empower informed civic and cultural engagement grounded in American exceptionalism and a positive spirit of action. Smash that subscribe button and follow. Let me unpack this. They're positioning themselves as an educational organization that teaches American citizens about civic participation with a specific ideological lens focused on what they call American exceptionalism. This is about educating Americans to participate in American civic life. The values framework. They explicitly list what they're trying to restore. Traditional American values like patriotism, respect for life, liberty, family, and fiscal responsibility. Notice the emphasis on American values. They're not claiming to promote global values or international causes. The mission is specifically and repeatedly focused on American traditions, American communities, and American civic engagement. Target audience, the mission says they guide citizens through development of knowledge, skills, values, and motivation so they can meaningfully engage in their communities. The operative word here is communities, meaning American communities. They're claiming to educate American citizens to participate in American civic life. So the America First question. Yes, this is absolutely structured as an America First mission statement, though they don't use that exact phrase. Let me show you why. Geographic focus. Every action verb in the mission statement is directed toward American outcomes. They empower American civic engagement. They guide American citizens. They restore American values. They focus on American communities. There is zero language about international work, global causes, or foreign nation support. Ideological positioning. The phrase American exceptionalism is doing specific work here. This is a political philosophy that holds America as a unique character and mission in the world, distinct from other nations. Organizations built on American exceptionalism are, by definition, prioritizing American interests and American values over international concerns. The educational mandate as a 501c3 educational organization, they're supposed to be educating Americans about American civic participation. That's the tax-exempt purpose the IRS has approved. The education is meant to flow inward to American citizens, not outward to foreign causes. Analyzing potential foreign funding conflicts. Now, let's examine whether giving grants to entities like Show Faith by Works or other foreign purpose organizations would contradict this mission. This gets legally and ethically complex, so stay with me. The direct contradiction. If TPUSA is giving grants So we don't know if it's to show faith by works, but they are giving money to a foreign country on their 990s. It says Israel for the Experience Israel program. Okay. So show faith by works, I think on their own website or something like that, it does say that it is literally giving out the Experience Israel program. That is their mission, right? I'm not speaking, this is a comedy show today, so just, this is all for fun and entertainment.
It says Experience Israel program.
It does? Where?
On their 990 forms.
On whose 990? Show faith by works?
Oh, my apologies.
No, I know that it says that.
Sorry.
What I need to know is if show faith by works says somewhere on paper that they are operating the and I think it does say it in the FARA, an entity registered under FARA as a foreign agent of the Israel Ministry of Foreign Affairs, that creates an immediate logical problem. Show faith by works exists to promote pro-Israel messaging to American Christians. That's not educating Americans about American civic engagement. That's foreign influence operations on American soil. The mission says, empower informed civic and cultural engagement grounded in American exceptionalism, supporting a foreign government's propaganda campaign. It even says it. Propaganda campaign targeting American churches is not American exceptionalism. It's foreign government influence over American religious communities. The 501c3 compliance problem. Here's where it gets legally serious. The IRS requires that the 501c3 organizations spend their funds exclusively for their stated exempt purpose. If TPUSA's stated purpose is educating Americans about American values and American civic participation, then every grant must serve that purpose. A grant to an organization working on behalf of foreign government's interests doesn't serve an American educational purpose. It serves a foreign diplomatic purpose. That's a potential violation of their tax-exempt status because the funds aren't being used exclusively for the stated American educational mission. The fiscal responsibility irony. Notice that TPUSA's mission includes promoting fiscal responsibility as a traditional American value. But if they're granting donor funds to foreign influence operations, they're not being fiscally responsible stewards of American donor money. Donors gave money thinking it would fund American campus activism and American civic education. If that money is flowing to foreign government propaganda campaigns, that's a betrayal of donor intent and a violation of the fiscal responsibilities that they claim to promote. The foreign agent problem. This is where it gets really problematic. Show faith by works is registered under the Foreign Agents Registration Act. That means that the U.S. government officially recognizes them as an agent of a foreign power. If TPUSA is giving grants to registered foreign agents, they're directly funding foreign government operations on American soil. Think about what that means. American donors can give money to TPUSA, thinking they're supporting American students on American campuses. Then TPUSA grants that money to an organization that is legally registered as working for the Israeli government to influence American religious communities. That's not American exceptionalism. That's American money being used for foreign government purposes. The specific show faith by works example. Let's apply this analysis directly to show faith by works. What show faith by works actually does, they run geofencing operations around American churches to track congregants' mobile devices and serve them pro-Israel, anti-Palestinian propaganda. They're building a mobile museum to promote Israeli government narratives about the October 7th attacks. They're paying American influencers to post pro-Israel content. All of this is funded by and directed by the Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs. How this contradicts TPUSA's mission statement. First, it's not, I saw that, we got a new member. Thank you. Welcome joining. Thank you for joining. First, it's not educational in the list in 501c3 sense. Real education presents multiple perspectives and allows students to think critically. Propaganda, which is what geofencing campaigns are, tells people what to think. There's no critical thinking, no civic skills development, no informed engagement. It's pure messaging on behalf of a foreign government. Second, it's not focused on American values or American communities. It's focused on promoting favorable views of a foreign nation. The goal isn't to help Americans understand their own civic responsibilities in their own communities. The goal is to make Americans support Israel government policies. Third, it violates the exclusively requirement. If TPUSA grants money to show faith by works, and how about this? Any foreign propaganda campaign. It doesn't have to be show faith by works. So if you want to come and serve me something, I don't care if it's show faith by works. I don't care if it's anybody. Okay. If it has anything to do with this mess, that's not cool. That is against potentially a violation. It violates the exclusively requirement. If they're granting money to any of these types of organizations, they're using tax exempt educational funds for foreign government propaganda purposes. That's not exclusive service of the American educational mission. That's a side venture serving foreign interests. And fourth, it creates a foreign entanglement that contradicts American exceptionalism. If you believe America has unique values and character worth preserving, you don't outsource that preservation to foreign governments. You don't let foreign powers run influence operations in American churches using American donor money. The legal exposure, and here's what TPUSA would be risking if they're funding entities. We don't have to guess if, because guess what? And I'm going to come right back to this, but I want to remind everybody, grant general information about activities outside the United States. Israel, activities, program services, activity listed, experience Israel program on 2 lines. Total expenditures for and investments in that region, 3951, 32,653. So it's not if. How about that? It's not if. It is happening, actually. It is damn well happening. Okay. So since they are actually risking their funding entities like Show Faith by Works and others, IRS can revoke 501c3 status if an organization isn't operating exclusively for its stated exempt purpose. Funding foreign influence operations could trigger an investigation into whether TPUSA is truly operating as an American educational nonprofit or functioning as a pass-through for foreign government activities. Donor fraud concerns. If donors gave money believing it would fund American campus activism and TPUSA used it for foreign government propaganda, that can constitute donor fraud. Donors have a right to know where their money goes. If it's going to foreign agents instead of American students, that's material misrepresentation. FARA implications. If TPUSA is coordinating with or funding registered foreign agents like Show Faith by Works or any of these types of entities, questions arise about whether TPUSA itself should be registered under FARA. Holy smokes.
Yes, and I sent you the FARA form for Show Faith by Works, but I also, the very first thing is a picture of where it says that.
I'm going to pull that. I'll pull that all up as soon as I saw that. So
I'm just letting you know.
I'm going to finish this real quick.
You're good. You're good.
I think this is great information, actually. So if you're facilitating foreign influence, like it says, like, that's crazy. If TPUSA is coordinating with or funding registered foreign agents, questions arise about whether TPUSA itself should be registered under FARA. If you're facilitating foreign influence operations, you might be functioning as a foreign agent yourself, even if you claim to be an American educational nonprofit. So the bottom line, to answer your direct question, yes, if TPUSA is giving grants to organizations like this, a registered foreign agent working for the Israeli government, that would fundamentally contradict their stated mission of promoting American exceptionalism and American civic engagement. Their mission says they exist to educate American citizens about American values so Americans can participate in Americans' communities. Funding foreign government propaganda targeting American churches serves none of these purposes. It serves foreign interests, not American educational purposes. This contradiction is not subtle, it's direct and total. You can't claim to operate exclusively for American educational purposes while funding foreign government influence operations. You can't promote American exceptionalism while subordinating American donor funds to foreign government objectives. You can't teach fiscal responsibility while spending donor money on foreign propaganda instead of American students. If this is happening, it's not just a mission drift, it's a fundamental breach of the organization's stated purpose and potentially a violation of their tax-exempt status.